Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ZOTAC Cup Masters Grand Finals. We are 2 maps deep in this one already, with MIBR having won, of course, both. Which means now tournament life is on the line. $200,000 is up for grabs in terms of the first place prize. I am joined by both Mohan Launders Govindasamy and Hugo Byron.
At least my name is easy to pronounce.
Hugo Byron, don't call me Hugo
easy.
Byron.
Oh, only for a talented wordsmith like you, Connor.
Thank you, sir.
Well, either way, this should be a bit of a banger. Of course, we just had a very close map back on Cash. Kingwin just letting it slip at the end there, a 16-14 loss. They've been on the winning part of a 16-14 a couple of times so far this event. So now they finally get to feel what it's like on the other side.
Probably doesn't feel too good.
Probably doesn't. The tournament's been a payday for them at the very least. You know,
Yeah.
60 grand from yesterday, and the chance to play on the stage today, and certainly a tournament result that will be echoed for at least 6 to 8. This will tide them over for a while. You know, they can add it to a list of events that they do well in. Certainly one to be proud of, kind of no matter how well they do at this point. And I say that just because Train is going to be difficult. This is a map that MIBR are famously good at.
Whoa. It's a good tournament run, not only because of obviously their performance here in the finals, being on the grand stage, but also remember that even at the EU regional qualifier, where they came from, right? One of the 3 qualified teams for this event. I wouldn't have even painted them as favorites at that time.
Yeah.
So, you know, you saw even Taz saying that he went into that event with some high competition there. They were happy with the result of just qualifying, and now they have to be content with this. You're sure that with so close of a score in the second map, they now realize they can take this even further. You don't want a 3-0 win in a best-of-5 grand finals. You also don't want stuff like that happening. I mean, there were moments where you could see MIBR struggling to contain Kingwin's comeback, but there were also moments where MIBR were confident to let loose and still play that flashy confidence.
And mind you, that was, you know, 14-11, so they kind of thought they were like wrapping up, right? But no, that was a long day. It was overtime. It wasn't actually overtime, but it was, yeah.
That play there from Tarek was smooth. Remember, he jumps over the scope because he heard the guy go down.
Man, imagine, like, I feel like he was kind of lucky to have lived. You know what I mean? Like,
even jumping, you're in a door.
Like, Tarek is taking up so much of Manisa's screen right there. It's just like there's more chance, I feel like, that he hits a shot than doesn't, even without flicking properly. But like, they both kind of don't know what angle. They're just taking a risk, and Tarek gets away with it. And then, you know, 16-14, you know, and it's all those small things start to come back to your attention.
Yeah, even remembering that Tarek, he had already been tagged down to sub 10 HP, so a leg shot would have got the job done.
Right. Could have clipped his toenails and he would have
anything at all.
Passed out.
Anything at all.
So the last time that we saw Kingwin on Train, first day of the tournament versus Tai Lu, it was there was a lot of cool things actually that Kingwin did on Train. There was the B-side executes, you know, where they were rapid pop and taking over the site. They did a good job splitting things. And also, our sponsors, before I forget.
Yeah, let's shout them out.
Sliver.tv.
The Dorset Chunwang Hong Kong hotel is where a lot of us have been staying, and it's a fantastic place, not only with a great view, but also fantastic staff. So thank you for them, because they take care of us, and therefore we can try our best to do a good job. PCCW Global as well, providing all sorts of internet services for the aspiring esport professional.
And of course, the one on the screen at the start, Sliver.tv, win prize is 100%
every time.
Free every time. Shouldn't say that. Maybe, I don't know.
100% free.
100% free, not 100% of the time. I mean, 100% of the time.
100% free, 100% of the time.
Okay. Oh, yeah, no, that's true. Okay, well, we'll go back to that in a little bit. We do have the game ahead of us in just a moment. Train. Now, you were breaking down why Train's going to be difficult for Kingwin. Do you want to finish your point?
Sure, yeah. Because SK and now... Whoa, what is that? Whoa. Is that a banana or a chip? Or banana chip?
Yeah, there's a lot of chewing for a chip.
Yeah,
banana's a really great food, by the way, for people who want to know how to survive a long day of work.
Potassium.
Potassium is the way to do it.
And very filling.
Have a banana before you go for a run. Really greases the joints. It's filling. And it keeps you satiated for a while. It's got a little bit of sugar in there just to keep you energized for a short period of time. And then it gets the mind going. Cognitive benefits as well from eating bananas. Great food for workouts.
Nothing better.
Thank you, bananas.
Easy to peel and portable.
Right. You can open them from both sides.
Nothing better than
getting.
You
shouldn't, but you can't. Monkeys do. But
that's true, actually.
So maybe it's the way you're supposed. I don't know. But bananas, really
See,
good
that's
food.
so that's what separates the men from the monkeys.
Bananas?
We figured out how to peel it from one side.
Right, I guess so. No, there are certain... I know some people that open bananas backwards.
I've seen people eat the skin of bananas before.
We don't talk about those people here, though.
Yeah.
I thought once I was so I thought that I was like a kid, and I thought it was this cool thing. You know how you learn in school that natives, like North American natives, will eat every part of the animal because they believe they don't want to waste any food. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Like, everyone should do that. And I remember like eating an entire apple once, and the stem and the seeds and the core. And it's like, no, I'm not gonna do this. You know.
And then you had a hot dog.
And then I had a hot dog.
Same principle.
And then you can have all parts of an animal at once. Yeah.
You're looking
just
pale,
getting filled by bananas.
Yeah.
Little intestine, little skin.
Little skin.
What were we talking about, Hugo? You asked me a question.
Train.
About bananas.
Kingwin struggling on train.
All right. Yeah. So, SK, in my opinion, invented train in the earlier parts of CS:GO, and now Strauss has taken it over and all this stuff, but. The Fallen, in my opinion, is responsible for everyone playing Ivy correctly. They do a great job with control of things. FNX was definitely like the best Evox player in the game when they were winning majors with him. But now they have Stewie, who's one of the best solo site players that you'll see play the site. Amazing with his Molotov. Watch for that on the B site. And you can kind of hear the crowd erupting in the background because we are getting into it. The third map of the grand final, the ZOTAC Cup Masters between MIBR and Kingwin. We're here on train. This could be it for all the marbles, for an extra 140,000 bones.
Every ball bearing you can get.
Every ball bearing you can get. Cash in numbers in Japan.
Straight into the pistol though, and MIBR, they're not holding for anyone. They're going fast into the B site. Note as well, coldzera is coming in through Ivy for that late lurk, and although he's taking his time, because Kingwin are actually all over B right now, every single player. It's actually not a late lurk. They're splitting back A. They've run back. It's only a fake. It's a juke, because right now Kingwin don't know what's about to hit them. Rallen spotted the first, and Miles has moved in to defend him as well, but Cold is finally wrapped up through Ivy, and that's where things get interesting.
Manice is going to give a chance to skewer this on the side. They're going to try and prioritize plan, but he can't hit the headshot. Eventually, he'll pick up his kill, and another one on top. But the whole time, Fur has been creeping and crawling his way from B. Now, it's a 1 versus 4. It is highly unlikely, but he is now one step closer to the unthinkable and an upgrade. He'll swap over to the USP to try and mitigate this distance, but there are 3 players.
Oh my God!
Make that 2, possibly just 1 for the unthinkable. Manice is already holding it, but he's gone. Fur is so damn smooth.
He's gaming today, boys.
My throat hurts.
Holy shit.
Are you not entertained?
Oh my God, I just got kicked off a cliff.
Oh.
Look at that.
1.
This one a little sloppier. This was when it cost him 50 health, but the last one just
barely showed him a single eye.
Man, that's the embodiment of when you're a T and you pick up a USP. You're instantly 10 times better than a CT with a USP.
Yeah, it's just math.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Let's see what the conversion happens here. Let's see what kind of momentum comes off of that, because that's such a defeating. If you thought a 16-14 loss hurt, we'll start a pistol with a 1v4 loss rate after.
We didn't get a Taz boss. There was no insta ice the kick. I mean,
oh, hello Manice. Well, whatever you can do, I can do better. Problem is, coldzera's coming in through the CT spawn. Oh, Manice! Don't do this to me. Surely not. Tarek's going to finish it off, but that got a little bit too close for comfort.
Yeah. Looks like they took it on the chin. Might have a game on our hands.
This is really, really disciplined. Only 500 bucks bought up into this. There's no like flashbang for T-Con play. Just gonna have to hold on for dear life. MIBR really fast, really fast pace in that pistol round initially towards the B site, and now once they're moving here versus such mal-equipped players, expect nothing less. 1 casualty you can afford. Nothing more. Everybody gets one.
Smooth. Quick 3-0 for MIBR. No big problems with that, but look at the buy. Already in with the AWP. Manise is waiting for no one. 6 kills on him, in fact. He's having a bit of a tear, but he's going to have to bring that into this first rifle round. Rallen as well, the secondary AWP for the side of Kinguin. MIBR do have one for Fallen, but are they going to be ready for 2 on the receiving end?
Comes down to how they set up straight out of the gates. Now Zeno pushing up to E-Box. Will he cross the ladder? We'll find out. Stewie runs his way down back 6. Taz gets taken right off a green train. Smoke goes out to block off any vision. Rallen's op shot rings off, but map control has already been taken.
Both of the ops still in play. One of which at a distance, but another close to the site. And oh no, Stewie's found himself another head. Reeds pinned into the position as he was fully blind, and this one is a slaughter.
Stewie literally just pushed his own smoke really early into it going down.
No one's ever going to expect that.
Ninjas always pack their own smokes for a reason.
Oh, 4-0 for MIBR. Look at this nade stack from Kinguin. I imagine we're going to see this go straight into T-Con. Fallen actually has a spawn as well, so yeah, I don't know how long he's going to last here. If he goes for the quick pick and they nade this, then that may be good night. Luckily enough, he's got Ivy.
Pay attention to how they nade it. I mean, just going over the train can be a little bit risky. No one's actually in T-Con, so we can't see the effects of it. Isn't much of a tell, though. You know, on Inferno, if everyone nades down Banana, you know that there's 5B. In this situation, all those nades can come over T-Con, but there's so many fast rotates to enter that there's no way for that to be a read. So it's very common eco strategy to try to take out a default or put a dent in it by throwing the nades inside. And Tarek left this bomb back as kind of a accidental bait. Malzino didn't find it, but did get some lead to the back of the head.
Maybe a knife to the back of the spine. A bit sloppy, but he gets it. Manise has now got an AK to play with, but with no armor behind that, things are not going to be easy. Tarek trying to clean up the pieces, but he's to the crime scene too late. The killer's already disappeared. Taz is tapping away back into the neck with the P250, unsuccessful in his endeavors. Gun drop back over, going to be picked up by Reeds, but he's only using the pistol right now. Still a 1v2, but this has gotten a little bit uncomfortable for MIBR. Luckily enough, this should still be their round.
Yeah, all things considered, this is a very successful round from Kinguin. Prioritize an AK save, and he'll be able to supplement it in the purchase with a follow-up round. 5 deep already, and MIBR starting strong. Now, the last time we saw a strong start like this, it was the very first half of Dust 2, which we all know finished really quickly.
Hopefully history doesn't repeat itself. But it's, I'm tilted for Kinguin for that pistol round. You know, they're definitely thinking about how they should be on the board already.
Yeah, because now even if they have an absolute and total turnaround and win flawlessly for the rest of the half, they've still allowed MIBR to establish 5 rounds, and that puts them par for the course. They've literally finished their job as quickly as possible, and the rest of this is bonus.
Buys come out. Rallen and Manise both instantly pick up ops. Have clearly talked about this. Not something that you can just do that often. I mean, people don't really think about, again, the residual effect of buying guns that cost this much that give you such little kill reward. You can use them to put rounds on the board, but they don't help you build up an economy at all. You also risk forfeiting those ops to the other team. You also make it harder for you to retake, so that means in the early to mid round you're strengthened, but at the risk of being able to clutch less.
Oh, Rallen spotted the cross. He knows there's at least 2 players down Ivy because that was a run boost. Goes for another one. Does tag down Fallen in the process, but doesn't want to re-peek into that, and I don't blame him. Seeing the AWP at the T side, he just so early damage done. What's MIBR's game plan? You can see Fallen just stopping for a second, looking at his team. clearly trying to work out how they want to approach this round, considering they weren't able to get a pick down their initial attempt.
It's funny, I looked at his face cam too, and he had that kind of like, did I leave the oven on type of look on his eye. So I wonder what he was thinking. Common to send 3 people to Ivy to throw 2 sets of nades and have an opper, and that's how intensive Ivy will be for top teams who know what to do with the utility. It's not easy, it takes a lot of time to work on it, but it is something invaluable for the CTs to hang on to at times. This will be one of them.
Gets off of the corner just in time, Rollin. He falls back into another position, but he still just can't land these shots. I mean, there's been damage on 3 of the players, one of which was Stu, who just shot straight through both the wall and Rollin's skull.
He's going for it.
He's not going to stop.
No, we don't.
Smoke Criminal gets himself into the corner.
They left.
Yeah, they want nothing to do with
Stu got a kill and they left.
Bomb. There we go. 3 seconds left, and Mouse has got a kill. This is still doable. I don't think they should throw in the towel just yet. Things are just heating up.
They just fell for like a huge fake here. The Stewie going Ivy, they assumed was going to be a wrap to inner, so they decided to make a hasty rotate out. The bomb got planted with 5 seconds left, and now they're actually still going for the retake.
This is going to be really desperate. I mean, they have to go here and now, and they're going to need the kills to come in just so fast. The trade frag's there, and they're good. MIBR cutting it down to just Benaiz and Reitz, both of which pinned into Z, and so they will still be afforded an exit. They'll still be afforded some save. But yeah, I'd say Stewie single-handedly wins the round.
Bad call. Not sure exactly how they bought into that, but...
Yeah, especially when... now, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I'm aware, there was no one even in the box holes throwing in nades to be.
Yeah, that's
the thing. There was no attempt at a fake.
They made like that early
try.
read. They were like so sure of it for some reason. So someone made either a bad call on information, or someone made a call. No one would make a 2 people wouldn't make a hasty rotate out like that for no reason.
It's going to come back to haunt them for the time being, but at least they did save a couple of guns. Orps are still here for Kingwin, but the rounds certainly aren't. 6-0 for MIBR. Fast pop dog. Fallen. He's fallen right into the first kill. Miles is going to be going down, and certainly not a good start for Kingwin.
Now you can
Fallen on point. How do you feel about that one, trying to crack into B with an op versus a double op on the other side?
That's interesting. There it is, Rallen to find that first kill. On Tarek, who was just holding back. I didn't want to push. It was going to be difficult. I didn't think that they would come across a kill like that easily. Flash comes in to help Stewie get information on how the B side is being played, and clearly it's passively.
Beats back towards the oil tanker. That's going to allow for Benaiz to just stay honed in. And so dropping the bomb is a good look if you're in the favor of Kingwin, but Fallen's not down just yet. Remember, there's 50 seconds on the clock here. They don't have to prioritize plant, so if they just dwindle the numbers, it can make their job a little easier. Stewie just turns his head at the worst possible moment because it allows for Reitz to walk in. Fallen's plant is interrupted, and he's also being flanked from above.
I like this approach, though. Instead of just going back towards B, he's trying to push into A side. The timing doesn't matter. Just falling swivels. Luckily enough, Rallen's there to clean up the pieces, but that was an attempt.
We've seen him do that like 4 or 5 times now this weekend.
You give him 3 seconds of bullets, like it's over for you.
If you're taking a shot at Fallen, make sure you put him to sleep, because he's had these 180 whip arounds.
I mean, even Stewie did that in Cash with a Deagle, if you remember.
Yeah, on the A site.
A site, yeah.
Come to King, you best not miss.
I mean, if it's just not testament to how good they are, right? Like, split seconds, you've got to wreck them. They will not give you a second chance.
And any positives to take away for losing that first round? MIB are on the edge of resetting Kingwin's economy. As we look at the money of the CT side, it's down to a mere 1,000 for 2 players. Oh, filthy nade. That's going to come back to haunt them as well. Even if this is a B play, those rotators up from the back line are going to be very, very low. Now, do Team Kingwin decide to rotate up the back of Pop Dog, or do they push just straight through the connector? Because MIBR are already on the site, making it very, very clear that they are here.
Close positioning versus Benaiz, and he gets dropped as he goes in for the repeat. He wanted to try and get that one up close, but it was over the shoulder that Fallen finds his pick. So bombs planted. There's no flank moving forward for Kingwin. In fact, everybody's moving out. Mohan, they're saving.
This is an early exit out of the site, yeah, and they made a small mistake. They didn't have the utility to pull this off, but here it is. Reitz from the back, from downtown. The AK looking for more. I don't think that was a position where he wanted to continue to go for it, but I suppose if he found another kill, they would have just hammered it out. Yeah, they fall back though.
I feel like he was literally the only player who could have even gotten to the bomb in time to defuse it. So everybody else coming to join him was more so just trying to maybe help MIBR as they scuttled back into the site. Because MIBR were even starting to exit, right? Everybody thought that round was over, but Reitz had other ideas.
So they, for some reason, have just vacated the B site so early off of one kill, or not even. And in the situation where you are going to allow the other team to plant on B site, either because you got bamboozled or because you were playing super passively and your one player got smoked out or something, you need to stay 5 alive. You don't really want to dwindle those numbers down, because once you get to like the 2v2, 3v3 area, it becomes a lot more T-sided. 5v5, the retake is CT-sided in my opinion, and it's black and white. But the one important win condition for the CTs is that they have the utility to be able to retake. Just one Molotov for default, one Molotov for Pop Dog, and then a smoke for Heaven or a smoke for lower ramp, one or the other, and then just 2 players to help play off each other once they go for the defuse. Because the only 2 spots that you can play from on B that are really safe in the 2v2s are upper and the ramp. Everything else is easily nadeable, and it's easy to flush people out of. But they didn't do that. They didn't keep the people alive, and they kind of half-committed like we've seen so far more than once in the series.
Fur has crept out Olaf here. He snuck into the A site, and I don't think Kingwin have a single clue as well. Even if it did, it wouldn't matter too much. No Molotov to force him out of position. Just holds his own for the time being. Smoke to try and ward them off. Double flash, and he's going to escape. He wants nothing to do with it. Maniz was just on the edge of a flashbang there, so he's not going to be able to shoot back. The fact they've given up that that A main control means they're likely going to go back towards B play. But as I say, they're actually into the pop block they go. It's merely an illusion. Taz has pushed close in the meantime, and Fur is coming back to retake A main with the bomb. So looking like a late round A play unless things change.
Yeah. Interesting to see. Taz instantly goes down close T-con. That gives him so much info.
Still floating between the 2 sides. They haven't been able to get past that smoke, and Rollin welcomes them in. He beckons them forward. They will hug the wall in order to get themselves that much closer. Zeno untraceable shots, but the audio cue gives way to Fur's peak. And the jump across will get Fallen with the bomb on plant, but he cannot punch in the digits. It has been denied. Someone else going to have to pick it up. And just as that happens, Reitz gets in the position to try and contest this. He's even cleared the player closest to him. But Rollin, outnumbered, starts with the first.
Stu's already on the angle, though. He jumps over it. Stu didn't see, but it doesn't seem to make a difference. Still hits the shot on the peak. And MIBR, they hold strong for another round, 8-1.
Kingwin's got to load that cartridge, because that's a reset.
They go. It's merely an illusion. Taz is pushed close in the meantime.
Did you hear that? You sound good.
Yeah, okay. I don't know why I can hear myself, but looking like a late round 8.
Oh, I thought those were the voices in my head.
I'm in your nightmares.
Hugo when you sleep. We need a Hugo on tape, yeah. Taz instantly goes down close T-con.
Oh, now you sound
so
great
much
too.
info. All right, let's just keep that part on repeat.
Oh, has it gone?
Sides, they haven't been able to get past that smoke, and Rollin welcomes them in. Hug the wall in order to... You know, Mohan, if we keep commentating, then what we're going to do is add more loops upon loops, and then
infinite loop.
There will be infinite us. We're multiplying.
There's so many of us.
Cannot punch in the digits. It has been
At least it's on an eco. We've just told production. Hopefully they'll be sorting that out. I think someone's just opened the stream.
Hopefully the stream can hear it in the first place at this point, because that would be confusing if not.
Starts with the first.
The first?
The first, you said.
He jumps over it.
We should do commentary of our commentating.
Still hits the shot in the peak. He doesn't do.
Now I don't know if you're talking to me or if I hear you from last round.
I really like the emphasis you put on the shot, Hugo.
I want off this ride.
Please delete this.
You sound good.
Yeah, okay. Oh no, we've gone full circle.
We've gone full circle. Oh, I thought those were the voices in my head.
I'm in your nightmares.
Hugo when you sleep. We need a Hugo.
I
on
really
tape,
don't
yeah.
like this.
I don't know.
I'm so glad Reeds is saving right now in the box.
Yeah, he's giving us
because
a chance to
otherwise, we've been missing something important.
Maybe we should assume that we can't be. This would sound so ridiculous if they can't hear the other.
You know, Mohan, if we keep commentating,
I think they can hear us. Our mics are live.
2 full loops.
All right. Oh, it's over.
It's over.
It's over. We're free.
Okay.
Okay, right. Back in 9-1 here to MIBR. It's all sorted, it seems.
That's a little too quiet. I feel alone.
Yeah, can we get our voices back?
Don't say that. Glad we're back in for the gun round, folks. A little bit of ladder control. This is a very forward stance from Kingwin. I don't recall ever seeing them this aggressive on the ladder room, but unfortunately for them, despite that aggression, they've lost a player towards T-Con, and Coldzera all the while has been wrecking his way through B.
I just saw him off spawn. He ran the entire way from spawn to heaven with his knife and just ran right into the B site. No one even stopped him, and even though MIBR are tagged up as well, they still have players all over the map. And look at the bomb as a result. It's rotating back in through the spawn. Coldzera is still crept up in this B bomb site, and it's open for the taking. Kingwin, who've already been saving numerous rounds in a row, might just have to consider that again.
Strange circumstances. CT's left hung out to dry. It's a long wait. They're on the laundry line. And there's not much wind.
How's the humidity?
Moist.
75%.
Poor Taz thought maybe he had some footing in that one. Face full of Stewie sends him packing, and MIBR will establish those double digits pretty quick. I mean, we go back to Dust 2. There was an economic reset after the pistol rounds. Well, this time that one round gets reset, and they don't even have the buffer. So this is quite the one-sided affair. We've seen the CTs try and prioritize those op buys when you're delving into the depths of the economy. That's always going to make your buy rounds a little sporadic and a little light. But, hey, full round loss bonus looks good.
Yeah, not the scoreline, though.
Not quite.
Take a pause just as Hugo grooms Connor.
Don't tell them.
He had some fluff on his microphone, okay. That's the euphemism I'll go to.
I wonder how much hope there really is for Kingwin. I mean, like, you know, are they like kind of playing the game? Like, you know, I'm sure Taz can say like I don't think Taz has ever come back from anything like a deficit this great. Like 6 rounds away from losing a best of 5 with no maps to show for it. But you know, he has come back from a lot. So I mean, I'm sure he's the one who's like, hey, we just got to keep going. But you would assume that players are starting to lose hope here.
He's come back from playing on VP. Is that not enough?
Oh my gosh.
Coldzera, he's going to open up this round. It's rattling back on Ivy. He's a secondary AWP, but he's been the most, at least, covered or attacked, I guess, because MIBR completely overwhelmed Ivy round after round. In fact, Denise is only on a scout this time, so nice nade as well.
Look at everybody just moving over towards the B site here from Kingwin. They have no eyes on Ivy, and that could come back to bite them if Tarek decides to get curious.
CTs are making moves for sure. Ladder control is a great idea. Something easy. You can actually even double up in this situation, defend against anyone coming out of T-Con and anybody who drops for a split, leaving the B players to have some solace, knowing that they can't even there can't even be a fast rotate back if it's an interfake. So there's a lot of great things that come of holding onto ladder, which is actually very easy to hold as a CT, especially late in the round when some of the utility is gone. But MIBR really just haven't made any moves just yet. They're just sitting strong, just waiting for that one more mistake that they feel like Kingwin will certainly want to make.
Reeds, who is at the forward end of the upper shelf, is the next casualty. So that's going to leave Kingwin still at the B site, but just further from it. And then this is going to be another situation where they start to rotate away from a site just before the push comes in. They have this inclination to something on A, but that's not the case. MIBR have planted on B. While Mauzino clears the Ivy player, which is very crucial. It allows for him to come join the players on the B site. There is still one over there. But there's also all 4 of these terrorists tagged up, and now the kills start to trickle in. A second could be there, but Stewie's able to give cover, just allowing for the retreat to happen. Fur finds safety for only a second, so it seems. Stewie has to come back for another trade frag. He's done this fantastically thus far, and Rollin, he's outnumbered, he's all alone, and he's just going to walk away with his op.
I mean, that round is a couple of missed scout shots away from a potential retake there from Kingwin, but I mean, at the end of the day, you can get close, but it's still an 11-1 scoreline.
Yeah, it's still an 11-1 scoreline.
Close isn't good enough.
Yeah, close isn't good enough. They had a player pushed up in B on upper. He was walked all the way up. They had a second man with him. They had the ladder flank kind of the control going on there. The only problem for them really was that they were down a man. So it's kind of disappointing that, and I'm not sure what happened in the first. It was kind of disappointing that the enter hold wasn't a little bit better. Rowland and Manise now back on the 2 ops, and this has been an expensive thing. That's you know, we don't know how many rounds this has actually costed them in terms of saving in this half, but they've gone for triple ops 3 times now.
Oh, look at Stewie. He's just snuck through the smoke again. This man is lethal. He's even on 29 armor. That just shows how many rounds he's been alive.
Wow, that's actually a great observation. Wow, you wouldn't expect that.
The cat's out of the bag and the bullets in the head. Stewie just found 2 players dead. Alan can't trade back as well because Fallen's on a bit of a tear with his own AWP. Stewie has certainly had his bananas this afternoon, I've got to say.
He's shoving bananas down his throat, 100%. He's swallowing all the bananas.
Overflowing with potassiums. And obviously confidence at this point, right? We're talking about it overflowing. I mean, he's just doing as he pleases. You said yesterday that it looked like he was playing kind of frustrated or angry at the time. Now I feel like he's just kind of, he's contained that into confidence because it's just working.
Look at him on the camera.
Just talking about how smart he is, probably.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just the best. Like, you just don't understand. Like, there's no one better than me. Like, I'm the
like,
kid.
shut up, dude.
It's like, shut up, kid. I get paid more than you.
Yeah.
What's cool is that they center these entire execute around Stewie, but he's the only one involved, right? He's the only guy to go out, and he's to do it all do it himself.
It's like
really
2
cool.
or 3 rounds that it's just him.
And he didn't die last round, right? So he's just,
oh my god, he's still going.
Tarek wants some too. But Stu and Fur are the ones to pick up the kills. Obviously, just versus the Pistols, they have a very good understanding as to what they've accomplished here. The decimation of Kingwin has continued.
And Launders is really trying to prove what he said earlier right in terms of dropping 30, because neither of the previous maps he has done it so far. But right now he's on something like 23.
23. The only enemy to that is just if this game is too short at the end of the day.
It's like how you can't get 30 kills if it's only a 17-round map.
Watch him.
21. 9 kills in a potential 3 rounds. He's going to need some big plays here.
How much armor does he have left? No, seriously, that's one of the coolest things that can happen in Counter-Strike. Just like live so long that you, and I don't know if you noticed, he should actually rebuy at this point.
Yeah, once you get to, I think it's like 43 or something, you should rebuy it, because you can lose 43. It's about that number, 43 armor in a round, and then have low HP but have no armor. So aim punch could actually be a problem. He could realistically lose all his armor this round. You rarely see that happen though. You rarely see someone stay alive that long or not rebuy it.
I mean, seeing as he bought 3 ops and a Galil this round, I hope he replenished the armor.
That's unfortunate. I just wanted to see how much he had left, but this was definitely the smart decision.
He had a 20 at one point.
Covering all the bases. Just had too much money too, I think.
Well, 13-1 and MIB are on the cusp of taking away the grand final. Not even stealing it. Yanking it out of the hands of Kingwin.
Yankoing it.
Oh, he's done it. Let's see if Taz has anything to say about it. This VP player trying to go in for the fight, but Fur's going to find first blood. MIBR starting to explode out onto this bomb site potentially. That's an escape that should not be allowed. Manise missing his shot. Pressure really getting to Kingwin at this point. They are getting picked apart. Second frag found from Fallen. And what have Kingwin got to say about that?
Fallen's been the perfect second line of attack as a terrorist, approaching outside, sitting in T-Con, picking all the right angles to catch anybody trying to trade his initial aggressive fragger, his rooks and bishops.
Oh, Stewie, he's out as well. It's just miles left up, and not for long. There's the heart, 14-1. It's all on the pistol round here. Everything on the line, $200,000 for that first place slot. And MIBR are 2 rounds away from achieving exactly that.
Man, what a decimation.
Coach is looking like an admin right now.
Yeah.
I can't help at this point.
I mean, that's, as you know, jokes aside, that's a very true statement, right? If you're just not going toe to toe, if you cannot shut down a player who's just dropping a 25 bomb, what can you do? There's no strategy, there's no counter. You simply have to go and duke it out. Stu just too fast, too quick, really slick on those A entries.
Manise and Rowland have the only acceptable levels of ADR at this point. Anything around 50 is a failing grade, just like it would be in school. And anything around 75 to 80
is impressive given the score.
Yeah, that is also a factor. If everyone's just getting destroyed on your team or you're saving every round, you're not going to be able to get the numbers up too high. But just as a rule of thumb, the elation in the
It's a real name to say.
MIBR booth.
1.96 KD.
By headshots, I'm assuming that's kills.
Unless this is the entire series. I actually don't know.
It's probably the series overall, just because this is...
I mean, even without context, these guys are playing lights out CS.
Those are big numbers.
They've all been playing good Counter-Strike all weekend long. Fallen's, improvement to me is kind of the most exciting note. It's always fun to see him have great events statistically. This has been one of them. And we haven't even played on Inferno, where he is tending to be the best.
Well, even if that was in the map pool, it's not like we have enough maps left to play that. It seems like this is going to be the 3-0 final that many assumed if MIBR can clean up this.
And I mean, while it's not necessarily as exciting in terms of close competition and nitty-grittiness, it's very impressive and exciting in the sense that MIBR have returned. Right? If they're dispatching of this caliber of opponents so quickly and so easily, it's because they are that step ahead. And being that far of a step above means that we are going to be seeing these Brazilians back contending for the top.
Well, second half is here, ladies and gentlemen. The pistol round ahead of us and Kingwin's chance to try and keep this game going. Delay it for as long as they possibly can. It's going to be a couple of bits of utility on 2 players here for Team Kingwin. Everyone else set up outside of this B bomb site, but look at the rotation. MIBR are already ready for this.
Smoke not yet down ramp, but it goes deep to block off the first lane. Burr's not going to find his initial kill, but he will pick it up after a bit of a flurry. Burr still up here, eventually dropped. Second is good, third not so much. Stewie emerges through the smoke, and with an element of surprise, he will only find himself one. It is Tarek's flank, which looks to be the biggest contender, and now they can pinch onto Rollin. It's the backstab through the back of the brain. Coldzera blasts Rollin. 15-1. Tarek's taking
one more round. There's one more round,
mate. Oh, no, Tarek.
Disqualified.
Yeah. He wants that. He wants that 200K so bad.
The content king, even coming through on his tiny thumbnail web camera.
15-1 here. What a decimation this has been. Especially after the first map, we were worried this would be the continuation, but Team Kingwin really did put up a fight in that second. And again, even though this is a grand final, even though this could be a 16-1, let's not take it away from Kingwin. They have fought tooth and nail this entire tournament, impressing everyone. But MIBR, they're back, baby, and they're one step too good.
When staring at the win yesterday, Stewie picked up the auto sniper. Today, he's gone for the XM1014. Let's get tubular, because he is over here towards the B site. He's just welcoming them in for over the shoulder to support him. And it seems like Kingwin aren't going to go all guns a-blazing just yet.
What's left to do? Tarek playing this position like a lot of people do, but what FNX was best at. That wall was his. Two up close on inner. There's nothing kind of bridging the gap between the inside and outside players. They're all relying on themselves. No one close to Z. Scout shots to T-Con. 3 enemies show themselves at the bomb.
Mouse's Deagle. That's the entry that's going to let them out of the doorway, and he, oh my, he's able to help out with Taz, but Coldzera's back over by Ivy Train, and Stewie's dropping down from the ladder room. It's going to be a long-distance shotgun, but the 12 gauge is good. And with 3 last kills, MIBR will do it. It is in such a convincing fashion that they pick up the Grand Championships of the ZOTAC Cup Masters 2018.
Yanko's now 1 for 1 on lands, with MIBR as a coach, the undefeated.
I'm guessing he's pretty happy about being the coach right now, because how the hell would you break that down if we had a desk? That would be a bit too much to ask for. 16-1, MIBR are going to tear Kingwin to shreds in the final map. And what a deserving victory as well. It's so nice to see them back in the playing field after this short break of the month. And clearly this boot camp has done them some great work. I'm excited to see how this team continues in the rest of the year.
What's really exciting as well is we're going right from this finals into DreamHack Masters Stockholm, where these guys are going to go contend versus the very best. So the entire narrative this weekend was that these were the expected winners, and we wanted to see how they would deal versus lesser opponents. Well, they dealt with them swiftly and convincingly. MIBR will have their challenge ahead, but they have started on the front foot. Big victories here in Hong Kong.
And of course, commiserations to Team Kingwin. As I just said, they put up such a sick fight this event. They knocked out Tyloo, they knocked out Ghost Gaming, one of the teams that impressed us so much as well. And, you know, maybe they got wrecked in the grand final, but this is a huge stepping stone for Team Kingwin to start to prove what they're really worth and how Taz has just made this team such a Polish powerhouse. We've already talked about how much talent there is in the scene, but they are not the victors for today.
One of 4 teams to win money at this tournament, and it was definitely, since it was top heavy, quite a lot. You can see the elation from MIBR. It's not often you even see Fur's smile. When's the last time you've seen Fur's teeth?
It's a beautiful thing to see this weekend. We saw upsets from the underdogs, but then also this clean sweep from the favorite of the tournament. Lots of great matches and outcomes we've had. It's been an absolute pleasure, folks, an absolute pleasure. But this is it. One team stands at the end of things. One team takes back that $200,000, and it is these guys on screen, MIBR.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your ZOTAC Cup Masters champions, MIBR!
非常恭喜 MIBR 咧，可以贏到我哋今日 CSGO 嘅杯賽冠軍。
Let's have a quick word with some of you. Stewie, what's this tournament been like from your perspective?
I think it's a big, huge step for us. We've been working really hard in our boot camp, and we've been showing good improvements. And I think this was the first step we needed to take. We needed to win by a convincing fashion for us to keep moving on, and hopefully we can do well in Stockholm now.
Marcelo, you've had some tough times recently, but are you happy with how things have gone here for the team?
Of course, we are practicing really hard for the next tournaments, and practicing really hard for this tournament as well, so I'm really happy to play with Gallagher.
Fantastic. And Tarek, from you, what's it like to be part of this Made in Brazil lineup and be playing with these Brazilian legends?
It's been great so far. I'm looking forward to more trophies, and I'm proud of my team.
I know to avoid Ferb because he doesn't like to do the interviews live, so I'm going to go straight to Fallen and YNK. He never wants to speak to me though. Should I try?
Yeah, he would say something.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Fallen and YNK, I have to ask you guys, could this have been some of the cleanest sailing possible to $200,000? You smashed Flash, MVP, also dispatched off. Then here against Kingwin, you guys look absolutely on fire.
Yeah, I think the team did a great job. We practiced very hard for this competition. It's the first tournament with the new coach. Yanko is the guy we respect a lot and bring a lot of discipline to the team. He's helping us so much. And we're looking forward for the next tournaments. This tournament was awesome. Hong Kong, you guys are insane. A lot of people here cheering for us. And this is awesome. So we will be back here if we have another chance, because Hong Kong, we can see you guys love CS and we love as well.
Fantastic, guys. I'm going to leave it at that. Congratulations to all of you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, MIBR!
Wow! Hong Kong loves you too! Paula, I think think it's time for the trophy presentation.
Yes, exactly, guys. You do not only go home with $200,000, we can now invite Mr. Tony Wong, CEO of ZOTAC Technology, to present you with the grand trophy that we have backstage. He will be out anytime now.
好啦，咁我哋而家用掌聲咧邀請 ZOTAC Technology 行政總裁黃石浩先生上台咧，將獎杯交去俾我哋 ZOTAC Cup Masters CS:GO 2018全球總決賽嘅冠軍手上。有請黃生 ，Mr. Wong please。
There we go, guys. Put your hands together. A well-earned trophy from this Brazilian-American lineup. They've done fantastically to secure it in the style that they did.
Wow! Okay, gentlemen, please step forward.
What a roar, Sammy.
We are all so excited about it. Congratulations once again, MIBR.
Indeed, congratulations to MIBR for winning the tournament, and commiserations to our runners-up Team Kinguin. They should definitely hold their heads high.
Woo! 呢個時候都唔該晒黃生㗎 ，Thank you 黃生，多謝你咧幫我哋頒獎㗎。再一次恭喜啦 MIBR！ 咁當然亦都要多謝啦 Team Kinguin 啦，今日都同 MIBR 一齊咧比一場好精彩嘅賽事，大家欣賞到㗎。咁啊亦都好多謝全場所有觀眾，包括咧喺熒幕前睇住我哋嘅觀眾啦，同我哋一齊見證住 ZOTAC Cup Masters CS:GO 2018全球總決賽。Thank you。
Thank you, everybody. We all look forward to more games in future ZOTAC Cup events. Thank you all for coming today, supporting us over the entirety of the event, especially to you guys here, and of course to everybody at home. Hopefully, we will see you next time. Sammy, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Paula. 希望好快再喺 ZOTAC 嘅賽事再見到大家，同大家見面。Thank you。
5B 打策略，蘇已經打到兩成，後面啱埋 Third 已經攞埋兩個人頭啊！哇 ，Stewie 超企1點啊 ，One tap 死咗咪 Runner， 可唔可以挽回翻呢一個咧？1打5嘅局面，可以殺到兩隻嗰陣時。高斯華，哇！一槍爆聽佢頭，但係高斯華回埋打底兩隻爆頭啊，都係第三隻出唔出嚟啊！但係科尼喺後面補到聽先未出到嚟嘅啫，因為如果你拎住啲大槍翻嘅時候，應該相信都會打到呢個長槍 run 啊，穿煙兩隻面變啊，亦都可以裝到一個炸彈，我相信啊，但係慢慢頂上嚟嗰陣時嘅面咧，實資訊嗰陣時候傾棍開一個頭嗰陣時，Stewie 已經連續兩個做，第三隻爆埋頭，見到炸彈就係睇下幾時可以去 check 啦。炸彈見到已經拎咗出嚟嗰陣時候，開埋呢個鏡啊，飛上前邊咧就有一個爆彈出到嚟啦。科能雖然咧換翻一隻嘅 test， 但係會唔會有一個 double pick 可以打到佢咧？轉頭咧開埋呢個鏡啦，捉埋呢個45秒嘅時間，可以俾佢咧就係左右徘徊啊，慢慢兩邊咁睇啊。竟然一下點中咗嗰陣時候，知道咧最長遠有對一隻啊，突然間變翻佢1打1啊，有機會可以成為一個1打4，做啲最尾嘅把 one tap 啊 ，clutch 咗呢一個 pistol round 啊！冇錯，面呢一個拎住一隻嘅夠啦，可以對兩隻，佢爆咗頭啦，打埋第二隻添啊 ，Stewie 啱都講咗啦 ，Stewie 唔係呢個 Coach 近排都玩住呢個兩個，突然間面呢射咗3碼打咗第一隻 ，Coach 玩完第一隻，會唔會有第二隻3打3嘅時候啦 ？Stewie 已經推咗呢嗱底啦，好啦，推住一睇嗰陣時咧，自己連發散彈，就剩下面呢一個 Coach 亦都收埋啦，贏咗呢一個嘅賽事啊 ！ZOTAC Cup Masters 嘅 CS:GO 全球杯賽總決賽，杯賽全球總決賽嘅冠軍將會係 MIBR。恭喜晒啊
！What a roar, Sammy!
Woo! 呢個時候都唔該晒黃生㗎 ，Thank you 黃生，多謝你嚟幫我哋頒獎㗎。